I'm going to be showing you how to set up Open Manus, which is kind of like an open source alternative to Manus. And, Manus is incredible, but Open Manus can basically achieve similar things without an invitation code, right? And one of the main questions I've been getting across all of my videos about Manus is how do I get access? How do I get access? And this is an easy way to kind of get very similar performance, but you can do it offline, you can do it locally, and you can do it right now, instantly. I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up step by step, how to get access, and I'll show you how to get the SOP and everything else, right? So first thing you want to do is you want to go to OpenManus, which is available on GitHub, and they have these simple instructions. Now, basically what they've said is, we've basically set this up because everyone needs an invite code for Manus. Obviously, it's not fully ready to go out yet, but I'm going to be testing out and showing you how you can set it up step by step today. If you want to see an example of what this looks like once you've set it up, here's an example right here. So this is running locally as OpenManus on my laptop. And, for example, we can just get this set up and ready to go right here. So if we go over to the AI Profit Boardroom, I'll show you how to get this set up step by step. And so what we're going to do is inside the SOP section of the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, you can just get the instructions right here to set this up. So for example, if I have already set it up inside terminal, like we have, we can grab this, we can say python space main.py, then we can enter our prompts. So let me just grab an example prompt from the AI Profit Boardroom. I'm going to grab this one right here, and then we'll go back to terminal and we'll say build an SEO cost calculator in HTML and preview it in Chrome, right? And what that should do is start running the agent. I'm just going to zoom in here so it's easier to see and understand what's happening here. And this should start implementing it. Now, the cool thing about this is it's kind of like connected to many different tools, right? So, for example, and I'm just going to open this up. So it literally coded it like almost instantly, which is crazy. But we've got the code back here, and it's created the preview inside Chromium. So the AI agent has coded the tool, figured out how to build it, and then it's literally come back to us with a HTML preview, and then run that inside terminal. And we have the SEO cost calculator built and ready to go. Boom shakalaka. Let's just check it actually works. So I don't want to get too excited here. So I'm just going to put number of keywords 10, competition level equals low, and then duration we'll put 10. And yeah, works beautifully. Look at that. Just created a AI agent that codes and builds websites and then deploys them, and we're ready to go. We're living the dream, right? And all we had to do was inside OpenManus, we just said build an SEO cost calculator in HTML and preview in Chrome. So it's amazing how easy and powerful this is. Now, if you want to set up the API key, you can use OpenAI or you can get a free one. So if you want to get a free one, and I'll show you how to set this up from scratch in a second, but if you want a free API key, then you can just go over to grok.com. Grok.com give away free API keys. Just go to the dev console and log in directly over there. The other option that you have is you can go over to Hyperbolic. Hyperbolic are pretty generous, and they give away some free API keys as well. Along with, I think you get DeepSeek as one of the free APIs. You get Mistral as well. So you can use these API keys and then plug them into OpenManus as well, right? Now, OpenManus is still super powerful. Like you can see, it does its magic straight away. It's not going to do things at the same level as Manus AI. So, Manus AI is just insane, right? I built this sales page for our custom GPT service this morning. By the way, if you want sign up for this, just comment below, I'll send you the link. But basically, I built this out with like one single prompt this morning. Look at this. I said, just do this. And then it built out a whole landing page using Manus, designed it, deployed it. It's even got the payment link. So if we click on this, it goes straight through to a payment link where people can sign up for the service, like you can see. And it looks better than all these other landing page designers. This is a really nice design. Wrote all the copy as well, coded it all out. So, Manus is still superior, but if you want to get as close as you possibly can then OpenManus is pretty cool. So you don't need to wait for an invitation, right? Everyone who's saying, I need to wait for an invitation, you don't need to wait. Like, just get OpenManus, install that, right? And if you want to know how to install it, let me show you exactly how to do this step by step. Again, it has to be inside the AI profit boardroom. But if we open up a new window here, and then we'll grab this, right? So we're going to set up Conda, first of all. So let's open this up. We'll paste in that instruction, like so. That's going to offer to create a new Conda. We're going to type yes when it says, do you want to set up the new environment? So we just press Y and then enter. And it will say proceed. We'll say Y and enter, right? And that will just start setting up the package, right? So if we open up the terminal here, I'll zoom in for you so you can see what's happening here. So it's activating this environment, all right? Once you've done that, then we can git clone and command open manus. So let's click on that. All right, I've already installed it, so it's not going to install it for me because we already set that up previously. Then we're going to pip install the requirements. So let's grab that. And that should start installing step by step. After that, you do need to set up your API key. So if you want to set up the API key, just type in the config prompt like so. Then step 5 is to set up this as well, nano config. Once you've set that up inside here, you're going to press Control and X, Y, right? And then you're going to press Python main py, like so, right? And that'll just run this step by step. Now, you do need to make sure that you have the API key plugged in. But once you've done all of that, then you're going to see something like this, like you can see, and we've got the agent ready to go, all right? Now, inside here, we could say, for example, okay, Google the latest price of Tesla stock. Hopefully this should work for us. All right. And then this is linked directly to our browser. So it can do like browser use. You can start searching the web. It can start, opening up Chromium and everything else, which is pretty wild. So you can see it's doing all of this. And yeah, we'll just wait for that to load. So it's going to go off. It's not as fast as Manus AI as you can expect. Like Manus AI comes with the UI as well, which is much nicer, to be honest with you. But it can still do like browser use and everything else. All right. If you get stuck in a loop, then what you can do is you can press Control and C to end it. All right. So press Control and C. That'll end the loop. And then you can just Python space main.py, run that again, and you're good to go in that. All right. So it's super powerful. I mean, it is pretty impressive what you can do. I'm just going to close this and open it up again so I can show you from scratch exactly how we set this up. All right. So if we open up terminal here, we'll set up the Conda. Then we'll git clone. One sec. I have to press Conda. It has to set it up. We're going to say yes. Then we'll say proceed. Then it's going to start installing that step by step. Then we'll clone this, like so. We'll pip install that bad boy. By the way, I cannot code. Like for anyone watching, if you're worried, okay, like how do you do this? How does it work, etc. I can't code at all, but I can set this up, right? And if you get any problems along the way, what I usually do is screenshot it, paste in the GitHub instructions directly into Claude, and then just troubleshoot along the way, right? That's an easy way to fix this as well. So if you ever get stuck or if it's not working, etc., then just take a screenshot, plug it into Claude, plug in the GitHub instructions, plus copy the whole terminal conversation. And then from there, you can use that to start, generating the solutions, right? Because like everyone's laptop is different. Everyone has different dependencies installed. Some people here might be using Mac rather than, some people might be using Windows instead of Mac as well. So yeah, that's it. And then quite often this bit right here, it takes a while to set up. So you see how it's just like got a little square there. It's going to take a while to come back to us. And now it's finally come back to us, right? So set that up nicely. We've installed the requirements. Now we need to set up the config. So We'll plug that in. Then we're going to nano config that bad boy, like so. That's going to open this up. And you see here how we have to plug in our instructions. What I usually do is I put this into a Google Doc and I just delete everything inside the terminal and then paste in the stuff from the Google Doc, right? So for example, if we press, I think it's Control and K, we can delete everything inside here, line by line, like you can see. So I'm just going to delete all this stuff. And then I'm going to grab an API key that I'll delete in a second as well. So let's grab this and we can just paste it in, right? So you just insert your API key right here. I'm just going to grab that from another setup that I have. 1 second. And then I can copy and paste this in. All right, so let's do that in 2 secs. In the background, obviously I'm not going to show my API key directly on a live stream. That would be a bit mad. So I'm just going to grab this. 1 segundo. All right, we've copied that. And then I'm just going to paste this customized nano configuration for the LM configuration with the API key inside terminal. So I'll do that on a separate window. And then once you've done that, press Control X and then Y to confirm it and then enter, right? Once you've done that, it'll be confirmed like so. And then all we need to do from here is just run my Python main.py, right? Like so. And look at that. It says enter your prompt, right? So you can see exactly how to set it up step by step. Pretty simple and easy. So you see where it says enter your prompt. That's where we're going to enter it. And then again, if we take that prompt we actually did before, let's grab it like so. Build an SEO cost calculator in HTML and preview it in Chrome. Copy that. We'll plug that in. Hit enter. And we'll wait for that to load. Fingers crossed it actually works. And yeah, it's pretty wild. You can do this so easily, so fast and easy to do. It's an autonomous AI agent. Obviously, if you told ChatGPT to do this for you, it's not going to work. Whereas this works, perfectly almost every single time. So that's basically how you can do it. We could say, for example, okay, what's the price of Tesla? Google it for me. Check if that works. I think it's still just completing the previous task. And again, if it ever gets stuck or anything like that, you can just press Control and C and then run it again on Python. Like so. So for example here, we said Google the price of Tesla. It just did it right there, grabbed it from Yahoo Finance, boom shakalaka, we're in the game, we're ready to go, right? And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, the fact that you can run this locally, you can run it offline if you wanted to. You can, for example, run this with, I think you could probably run it with a llama as well. I've not tested that out. You can get a free API key from Grok. You can also test a free API key from Hyperbolic. You don't need to wait for the invitation code from Manus, and it can use computer use as well. I think also you can set up the Claude API key directly inside here as well. I'm just using OpenAI to keep things simple, but that's basically how it goes. So step by step, you don't need to worry about, waiting for an invite code. So every single person who's commenting and asking for an invite code across any of my videos, you know how to do this now, right? And it's pretty simple and easy. So that's basically it when it comes to setting up. Now we actually have a lot more to cover, but I'll come on to that in a minute. And yeah, I mean, let's test this out as well. So I'm going to go into, I'll show you why this is so crucial, right? So for example, if you're building a project out with OpenManus, right, and it's offline, and we'll compare this versus Claude 3.7 Sonnet. So I pay for the premium package on Claude 3.7 Sonnet, And if I say to Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is awesome for writing code and everything else, but if I say to it, right, Google the price of Tesla stocks today, number one, it can't use computer use directly inside the chat. And number two, it doesn't have access to the internet, right? So it has a cutoff point to October 2024. Whereas you can see previously, this can, number one, do computer use inside the terminal. And number two, it is connected to the internet. So it can just go off and it can run and that sort of thing. So it's a lot more autonomous and it's better for problem solving. Let's try something else. So, I mean, for example, if we say, okay, code and SEO calculator locally and as HTML and open in Chromium for me. We just have to make sure we have it running. Let me type this in for you. Like so. And you can see it's just going to go off and do that, right? Now I'll show you an example of why this matters and what involves. But basically, it will start doing this locally. It will start building out. You can see how it actually has access to my laptop as well. So it's going through, users, Julian Goldie, OpenManus, SEO cost calculator, HTML, etc. And then, yeah, that's ready and built out. All right. Pretty nice. So pretty cool right there. Other stuff as well. So for example, if I say, okay, research Julian Goldie, we have to run the Python again. So it seems like we have to do this every time, to be fair. So if we say research Julian Goldie and information about him, it's kind of like a executive assistant that can just go off, right? So you see how it's looking at LinkedIn, it's doing a Google search right here, it's looking at my Twitter, for example, and this was really, really fast at implementing it. And then it's also found like all the details about me, etc. It's actually gone straight to the website as well. So it's opened up the website, and it's looking at information right here. And then it can just autonomously just go off and do that research, right? And you could do this, for your competitors, you could do it for deep research. You could, for example, if you were looking for like specific mentions of your product, I'm pretty sure it could do it, all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then it's gathered all the information about it right here, right? And then, you could go off and like create a website based on that research. It's also found like even my school community profile, that sort of thing, Udemy, LinkedIn, Twitter. So it can scrape like the first page of Google and use that for information. Like what it could also be useful for is like if you're creating content and you want to analyze your competitors, you could say like just Google my name and that sort of thing, and we can just go from there. So yeah, pretty simple and easy to do, and doesn't take a lot of time at all. So that is exactly how to set up OpenManus. Now, if you want the full recipe for exactly how to set it up, and if you need any support, like a few people needed support on how to set up, etc., like you can see right here, and you can see the whole community helped Antonio set this up. So if you want help like that and support, you can post and you get access to 446 members inside the community who you can access for help inside the AI Profit Boardroom, right? Link in the comments description. Also comes with all my best workflows on like email automation, social media, AI agents, web automation, AI trends, SEO automation. All the Q&A recordings are here as well. So every week when we do a Q&A, this gets recorded back. And if you want to join them live, just join inside the calendar, like you can see right here. And additionally, if you want to get access to all my best recipes, by the way, this is updated and upgraded daily. So, the cool thing about the AI Profit Boardroom is like the value is just constantly expanding. It's always improving and always getting better. So if you want all of this information for setting up OpenManus, if you want, we've got a 3-hour course on how to use Manus. If you want to learn how to build anything with it, all our best AI agent workflows. I mean, these are all the updates just from March. And then if we go to February, you can see all the updates we made in February too, right? So The value in this is absolutely insane. We're trying to make it like the best AI community in the world. And, I think it might already be that. And additionally, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to book that in. Link in the comments description. And one-to-one, we can show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot without Facebook or Google ads, right? And basically on this call, you're going to get a free custom tailored link building plan, discover the secrets of SEO link building, answer any questions you have, learn the best link building strategy for your site. And also, this is all based on what's working for us and our happy clients, like you can see right here. So feel free to book that in. Link in the comments and description.